Farmweek is a production of the Mississippi State University Extension Service.
Today on Farm Week, the Fiscal Cliff threat is said to be driving the surge in farmland sales.
In southern gardening, poinsettias, there are more colors available than just red.
In the markets, cotton remains stuck in its same trading range as the end of the year approaches, while analysts like the future prospects for the big three chicken companies.
In the feature segment, Mississippi MarketMaker. This web-based marketing tool is designed to link ag entrepreneurs with consumers.
One of the benefits of MarketMaker is that it is so professionally done. It is extremely easy to navigate the site. They have tutorials on the site, both for businesses, and for the consumer.
Good day, everyone. I'm Leighton Spann.
And I'm Artis Ford. Welcome to Farm Week.
U.S. Ag Secretary Tom Vilsak says ag exports could be at risk with the lack of a new farm bill.
Leighton, Vilsak says that American farmers came off a strong export year and a record one is projected for the present marketing year. This, however, could be the peak without a new farm bill. Vilsak told Brownfield Ag News that come January, the U.S. Department of Agriculture will probably not be in the same position to do its work to advocate for and to support the export efforts of American farm products. Vilsak said there could be 1 million jobs at stake in the export sector.
The Fiscal Cliff negotiations that are holding off work on the new farm bill are already having an effect in farm country. Farmers are looking at the ramifications. Some want to expand to pay for new taxes, while others are worried about the increase in estate taxes. Market to Market's Paul Yeager reports.
I've got a starting bid on this property of $10,000. And now 10-1. $10,100 what does say? $10,100 what does say? $10,100 bill for it. 10-1.
Farmland sales are happening all over the heartland for a variety of reasons. In some cases, farmers are looking to expand their operations. Others are speculating on land values. And still others are trying to get ahead of looming tax increases that go into effect if policymakers fail to come to terms on hundreds of billions of dollars in tax increases caught up in the Fiscal Cliff negotiations in Washington. Jeffrey Obrecht, who bills himself as the dirt dealer, is close to $56 million in sales this year for his company, Farmers National.
Sold the farm.
There's quite a bit that's coming on the market that is being driven by the tax incentives of what, whether they go up 5% plus a 3.8 Obamacare deal. No matter how you look at it today versus January 2nd, that farm January 2nd needs to be worth 8.8% more money than it is today to stay even with the board. That's kind of what's driving a lot of this.
Obrecht says sellers are willing to pay today's certain tax rate and avoid the what-if rate looming if America goes over the fiscal cliff. The federal estate tax, currently at 35%, could roll back to 55% if no action is taken. That rate has the attention of many in rural America. Currently, estates valued at up to $5.1 million are able to avoid all estate taxes. Those with higher values are taxed at the rate of 35%. But that all changes next year unless policymakers intervene. Effective January 1, the threshold drops to $1 million, and anything above that is taxed at a higher rate of 55%. Family-run manufacturing companies like Iowa-based Suckup Manufacturing are paying close attention to the issue.
It has big ramifications for us as a company.
Charles Suckup serves as president of the grain dryer and bin maker. His father, Eugene, started the company almost 50 years ago. And today, the Sheffield, Iowa plant employs more than 500 workers.
It just seems fundamentally unfair in one sense that these capital-intensive industries like manufacturing, farming, that you have to put a lot of money in order to be and have the capital equipment in order to have an operation, that they're put in jeopardy every 25 years as deaths occur in generations and get taxed over and over with it. The other thing beyond fairness is what is best for America. What do we want to have an incentive for? And I don't think making it harder and discouraging family businesses from continuing is something that's good for America in the manufacturing.
For Suckup Manufacturing and other family-run companies like it, that transfer of wealth taxed at a higher rate could dramatically reduce the impact on local economies.
But if you don't have the manufacturing and the wealth generation of creating something out of some very basic elements, you can't have much of a service economy.
Charles says an elimination of the estate tax would be ideal, but admits that isn't politically likely. Sukup says an estate tax exemption for family businesses would be a start. He says small businesses are the backbone of the economy, and taxing them multiple times could stifle companies like his.
You reach that point that the more you tax, the less you get of something generally, and you create less of an incentive for people to go out. A lot of people are feeling we're at that tipping point now where we need to incentivize people to take some risk, to be entrepreneurs, to start businesses, start jobs, and not count on somebody else doing it for them.
For Market to Market, I'm Paul Yeager.
Red is the predominant color you usually see on poinsettias. And this week's Southern Gardening segment, Extension horticulturist Dr. Gary Bachman shows us there are other options for poinsettia color.
Mississippi growers produce festive holiday poinsettias that are available in different colors and styles. Today I'm at Natchez Trace Greenhouse getting into the holiday spirit. When it comes to poinsettias, red is probably the most traditional and popular color. This Jubilee variety is a great example of a beautiful red, but there are newer, more unique poinsettias available. I really like the red winter rose variety. The furled and ruffled leaves give the impression of rose flowers. These healthy plants with several flowers resemble an arranged bouquet. There are also other colors available. This variety is called Snowcup and is a creamy white. There are even bicolors such as this Ice Punch with its striking red color and white centers. Try some of these non-traditional versions of poinsettias like this tree form, or even these poinsettias growing in hanging baskets. Did you know the showy and colorful parts of the poinsettia are not actually flowers, but are really modified leaves called bracts? The actual flowers of the poinsettia are these small yellow structures in the center. When you get your poinsettias home, simply cut the plastic sleeve off to reduce any potential damage. There's an old myth that poinsettias are poisonous, but that's not true. However, you do need to thoroughly wash your hands after handling your poinsettia, as the milky sap may irritate your skin. There are many poinsettia options to choose from for your holiday decorations, including different colors and shapes. See what works best for you. I'm Gary Bachman for Southern Gardening.
Now, Leighton, I lived for a time in South Florida when I was growing up. We were far enough south that poinsettias would actually grow in the ground, in your yard.
That's
if you
amazing.
wanted them, yes, you could grow them year-round. Now, it's been cooler down there lately, and I bet they can't do that. So global warming
But
apparently.
used to, it could be holiday year-round.
It could be, that's right. Well, in the feature segment today, Mississippi MarketMaker. This web-based program is designed to give ag entrepreneurs a way to market their products nationwide, and the best part is you don't have to be a computer expert to use it. Time now for the markets with Leighton, and you say that cotton is still seeking a direction.
Been kind of stuck in that market, Artist. We'll have some marketing advice actually for cotton producers in a moment. Also had this first week of December, rice prices appear to have made a bottom. Corn trade continues in a sideways pattern. And at least one analyst says the big chicken companies stand to benefit from strong retail demand in 2013. Fewer cotton acres are anticipated in the U.S. in 2013 as higher prices for corn and soybeans pull acreage away. During a break at this week's row crop short course at Mississippi State, Chicago analyst Mark Gold offered some marketing advice for cotton. He says the risk is probably more to the upside.
The cotton had their move 2 years ago, and we went to record prices. That brought the new crop cotton prices up to 110, 120 in that level, which was a great marketing opportunity. Now that we're back at 70, 72 cents, it's becoming more difficult. What I would say is that the risk is probably more to the upside, whereas if you have sold cotton at these prices, I would look to buy a call option to replace it in case we do move higher. On the downside, we could still grow a big cotton crop. If we get the weather, cotton could still be a 50-cent or 40-cent item. I'd still buy a put option, spend 3 or 4 cents to try to protect the downside.
Looking at the rice market, there has been a steady upward movement in price there for over 2 weeks. Many analysts are optimistic and seem to believe the fundamentals will not allow prices to fall very far. There is a confidence building in the market that rice values will be pushed to higher levels. Traders do say futures prices appear to have made a bottom back in mid-November. Analysts also note that rice mills appear to be scheduled to operate full-time into the first of the year. Turning to corn now, DTN reports through AgFacts that overall this trade acts as if it wants to stay sideways in the near term. Information about ethanol from corn released this week indicates that production is expected to remain near recent levels, but a step below the expected pace. Now, for many corn analysts like Don Rose, the focus continues to be on the continuing drought situation in many areas of the country. He notes that 60% of the U.S. Corn Belt is still listed in a dry drought situation.
If we don't get moisture, the market has a chance to move up, and we know it can go to at least $8.50 now, because we did last year. At the other side of it, we have a chance to drop under $5 a bushel, I think, pretty easily if we end up with some trend line yields or more, if we're going to get this 97 million acres. So what I would say, a window contract, you can buy 640 December corn puts, sell the 740 calls, and sell puts below them $1, give yourself a $2 range up or down, and spend about 10-15 cents.
When planting season approaches again, one threat to the stability of retail fertilizer prices could be the navigation troubles on the Mississippi River. A spokesperson for the Fertilizer Institute this week said that continuing low water levels in places threaten to slow or even stop barge movements of fertilizer. DTN reports about half of the fertilizer applied in the spring in the United States moves up the Mississippi River by barge. Officials say alternate transportation methods will not be able to pick up the slack without there being some supply problems and likely higher fertilizer prices. Well, speaking of fertilizer, a well-known regional ag supplier based in Mississippi has acquired a Louisiana firm. Jimmy Sanders Incorporated of Cleveland has acquired G&H Seed Company and its related operation, Lick Quick Fertilizer, both of Crowley, Louisiana. The Louisiana company is over 40 years old and family operated. It services clients in Texas, Arkansas, Missouri, and Louisiana. Jimmy Sanders itself was acquired about 6 months ago by Pinnacle Ag Holdings. Our trivia quiz for this week deals with forestry. Let's give you the question. What's the standard height for measuring a tree's diameter? The answer is one of these: at ground level, or 2 feet above the ground, or 4 1/2 feet above the ground, or 6 feet above the ground. You'll find out in a few more minutes.
We're going to pause for a short break on Farm Week. Coming up, we'll look at the calendar in the second part of the markets. Leighton Spann reports the cold storage report indicates a looming beef shortage is ahead, while there are good prospects for chicken. In the feature segment today, Mississippi market makers. Ag entrepreneurs can use it to find customers, and customers can use it to find them.
Each year, many Mississippians are seriously injured or killed when farm tractors overturn. One cause of these accidents is improper hitching. If a tractor is hitched at any point above the drawbar, it can flip over backwards. Never hitch a tractor using the bar between the 3-point hitch upper and lower links or at the top link attachment point. The stationary drawbar is the only safe location for tractor hitching. A message from the Mississippi State University Extension Service.
Before we get back to the markets, let's look at the Farm Week calendar. The 57th annual Tri-State Soybean Forum takes place in Mississippi in 2013. The date is Friday, January 4th. The hours are 8 a.m. to noon. Registration is free and lunch is provided. Handling herbicide-resistant weeds, insect control, and marketing the 2013 crop are on the agenda. The 23rd Mississippi-Louisiana Dairy Management Conference is Thursday, January 10th. It will be in its usual location at the Southwest Events Center on Highway 48 East at Tylertown, Mississippi. Hours are 8:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Managing dairy cow lameness, moles, and mycotoxins in feeds, federal policies, and 2013 market issues are on the agenda. The Delta Ag Expo is moving up a week this year. It takes place on Wednesday and Thursday, January 16th and 17th. The location is the Bolivar County Expo Center in Cleveland. Go to our Farm Week website at farmweek.msucares.com for information on these and other events. Now check out this week's Farm Week Snapshot.
The government's most recent cold storage report shows that the total red meat supply year over year has increased in the United States. Analyst Virgil Robinson says that's no surprise. However, as other traders have noted here in recent weeks, he says the situation will be flip-flopping in the cattle sector and there will be a shortage of beef supplies. For now, though, there's plenty of pork as well as beef out there.
We've had a flush of pork driven by a pretty serious sow slaughter. Now, in each of the last 2 or 3 weeks, that's been slowing down. So I think that flush of pork has hit the marketplace. I expect that to slow down over the course of the next several weeks. In addition to that, we have a major supply shortage looming in the cattle market, both the availability of replacement cattle as well as the availability of cattle on feed. So, consumer, prepare yourself. Now, one of the headwinds that we need to also mention here in our discussion about red meat and price prospects, which I am bullish on, is the fact that Japan, one of our major importers, is experiencing a pretty serious recession. And that's likely to continue moving forward. So please understand, they are a big beef and pork importer. That's a headwind we need to acknowledge.
And we close on a poultry note. Sanderson Farms, Tyson Foods, and Pilgrim's Pride all stand to benefit from stronger retail demand for chicken. Analysts for Stevens Incorporated say this will happen even as the poultry industry struggles to return to profitability. Most companies, the traders say, are expected to be in the red through the month of January. Well, before our feature story this week, we of course have a trivia answer for you. And this week, C is the correct choice. The standard measure of a tree's diameter is taken 4.5 feet above the ground.
The Mississippi State University Extension Service is helping to showcase local agricultural industry with the internet marketing tool Mississippi MarketMaker. This safe, user-friendly website acts as one central source for consumers to find products, farms, and businesses. MarketMaker helps promote any small agricultural operation from local produce to services to agritourism. Members say they've had great success since joining the site. Farmweek's Amy Taylor first brought us this story last fall.
For local agricultural operations in Mississippi, finding fast, easy, and affordable ways to promote a business can be difficult. But Mississippi MarketMaker, operated by Mississippi State University Extension Service, offers a solution. The free and easy-to-use internet site provides a one-stop shop for direct marketing. Registered users set up their own profiles, which include any information that will help showcase their products or services. Ken Hood, Mississippi State University Extension Professor of Agricultural Economics, discusses the beginning of MarketMaker.
MarketMaker was originally developed by the Cooperative Extension Service at the University of Illinois. There were some researchers and extension folks got together. They wanted to find a way to enhance the local direct markets for their cattle producers They realized real quick that this was a lot more powerful and something that everybody could benefit from.
MSU Extension learned about MarketMaker in 2006 and created its own site in 2007. Presently, there are about 18 MarketMaker states in the U.S. Hood describes the kinds of products you can find on the site.
Any type of product that is related to agriculture, agribusinesses, processed products, fresh products, livestock, fresh fruit and vegetables, processed products also, services that are related to agriculture, transportation services, storage, cooling, just about anything in the ag industry from producer all the way to retail.
In addition to local, state, and national visibility, Hood says MarketMaker opens the door to offer products worldwide.
Someone at the United Kingdom actually was searching the website and looking for sweet potatoes and found this gentleman's name and contacted him.
When conducting a search, an appealing aspect is the ability to refine the search by choosing a business category and matching it with options such as city, county, or state. Dolores Fertizzi, owner of Lauren Farms, talks about using Mississippi MarketMaker to promote her freshwater prawn operation.
One of the benefits of MarketMaker is that it is so professionally done. It is extremely easy to navigate the site. They have tutorials on the site, both for businesses, and for the consumer. And as far as the businesses go, we have a login and we have a password, and we can change our ads, we can insert pictures or any information we feel, that our customers would need to know.
Fertizzi says having one central source where anyone can search for locally produced products and services makes it much easier for both consumers and businesses. In addition, she can track the number of times the site is visited.
We've been really excited that our website has been visited over 3,200 times and our products have been visited over 4,000 times. And we sell anything from the catfish fingerlings to the processed fish, the juvenile prawns, the processed prawns, and we also have an equipment and supply business.
In addition to product information, MarketMaker has mapping capabilities so consumers can easily find directions to a venue. Teresa Holofield describes how her business, Pontotoc Ridge Blueberry Farm, benefits from MarketMaker.
Actually, they would tell me as when they came to the farm, oh, I looked it up on the internet on Mississippi State, and they had MarketMaker, and so I knew where your farm was. They were very helpful to me in getting to your place.
Another advantage of getting on the site is the assistance you receive with registering. MSU Extension is eager to help and will even build a profile for those who are less computer savvy or just too busy. Requirements for registering a profile include the name, physical address, and type of business, along with the owner's name and a working phone number. Additionally, MSU Extension is getting Mississippi Farm Bureau Federation on the MarketMaker bandwagon. Samantha Webb explains how her role as MFB Federation Commodity Coordinator relates to promoting local agriculture.
I work specifically with sweet potato producers and peanut producers statewide, and I help them with different policy-related issues that affect their industries, their commodities, and also on promotional issues, educational issues, and anything that we can do just overall to help promote those industries. Farm Bureau and the Extension Service have always had such a great working relationship. We are working on behalf of one another and always glad to support each other. So when we heard about this, we were excited to jump on board.
Webb coordinates producer meetings with MSU Extension where MarketMaker sessions are included. Workshops are also available throughout the year. Teresa Holofield says small farmers should strive to learn as much as possible.
To a small farmer that is going to develop and get started, should always take those classes. Any questions that you could have thought of or asked, you could have found out all your answers. It got me excited about extending my farm. Mississippi State has been extremely helpful in helping my farm to become everything it has been. And it makes a person feel very good and very supported.
With internet acting as the salesperson for so many businesses these days, it's essential to learn about new marketing tools. Mississippi State University Extension Service strives to help local businesses and small farms achieve that through Mississippi MarketMaker. Ken Hood assures the site is easy to use as well as secure, and he looks forward to seeing our local agriculture industry flourish. I'm Amy Taylor reporting.
Well, go to our Farmweek website if you'd like to see this story again on Mississippi MarketMaker. The website is farmweek.msucares.com. You can also find us on Facebook and YouTube. We will have links to the Mississippi State University Extension Service with Ken Hood and Ben Posadas, so you can learn more about MarketMaker, and they're there to help you. We'll also have contact information for Lauren Farms and the Pontotoc Ridge Blueberry Farm. We'll have their contact information on our Farmweek website as well. And Leighton, one of the things about there's training sessions held throughout the year. Ken Hood and Ben can get you fixed up on that, when those are happening. But it is something to try. You got to get the word out, because how else are they going to know you're there?
Got to know.
We're at the end of Farm Week for this week. On our next show, it's the 150th birthday for the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Started during President Abraham Lincoln's administration, the USDA has made a big impact on America. One of the reasons we know that is because so many of us don't have to farm now.
In southern gardening, walled gardens. Sometimes walls are necessary, but they can be beautiful and create privacy. For the rest of the Farm Week crew, I'm Artis Ford.
And I'm Leighton Spann. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.